Just as it has always been, when our memories of the ancient world fade into twilight, a new era dawns to fill the void, an unfamiliar path with a pulse of its own, a tempo not dictated by the labor of men, but accelerated by the rhythm of machines, launching the world into an age of bold innovation. From this cauldron of steel and sweat, a vision of prosperity emerged. Harnessing the untold power of the elements, turning night into day, creating new designs that brought the world stage to the masses, and providing an experience that many had never imagined. The advent of mechanized warfare brought devastation like none the world had ever seen, providing a window of opportunity for some to dictate conformity as regimes spread their ideologies with a heavy hand, inciting the world to the brink of war. And yet, some chose a different path, and through their vision brought unique perspectives to the world. As singular proponents of free thinking remained, striving for peace in their endeavors to unlock the secrets of the universe, some of which would fill our hearts with fear and regret. And as this progress unfolds, the finite nature of our world becomes clear. Our survival, the survival of all the world's peoples, depends on our ability to coexist in peace. But this peace is tenuous. Although mankind will always look onward, yearning for more, searching for new boundaries, only to break through them, with the understanding that this world is one in which we all share, comes the responsibility of knowing that the decisions you make today will have a lasting impact on the generations of tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to Alien Youth Civilization tutorial. This is the first tutorial, just an overview of what we'll be doing. We'll be just getting used to the overview of Civilization V. This will be in the Brave New World expansion pack. Okay, so now that it has loaded, we're going to just explore the first part. It's just right around here. I don't really use this that much. But this is the Hall of Fame. It's like your history, what you have done. It shows the levels, the turns you used, when it started, who you were, what was your score, stuff like that. Yep. And I think that's all it is about that. That's all. So this is just the credits, you know, who made Civilization, and it goes on and on and on. I'm not going to do leaderboards. Pretty self-explanatory. The most important one I hear, what I'm used the most is Civilization Civilpedia. It's good if you need to research anything outside of Civ also. So say I was, where is it? Say I was, I don't know, America. And my leader, see, this is Civilization, America. My leader is George Washington. It will tell me the history of George Washington. And for people, it shows extra facts, right? Washington's place in history, his time during the presidency of the U.S., when he was a commander, pre-revolution, home life, French-Indian War, early life, others. See, it says, and for countries, it's history, like the geography, climate, stuff like that. History, more history. It shows you the two unique units for America. That would be the B-17, once again historical info, and the Minutemen, more historical info. See, that's useful. It's also useful when I'm in a game. So I'm going to just set up a game as Indonesia, and let's start it in the information era. Start game, let it load.
Honor be with you,
These are
great hero Gayamada.
right here, where I'm circling here, Candy and the Chris Swordsman.
The stories of your heroes.
Those are its two specialty units, which you can also click on to find more when it loads.
Serving your queen and empire with loyalty, you not only strove to fulfill your oath and conquered any who stood in your path, but you succeeded in capturing what was then the entirety of the known archipelago, the first to unite what is today modern Indonesia. Mighty warrior Gahamada, your people yearn for a
begin the journey. It's right there. So I'm just gonna quickly do this. I'm not intending to play long. Oh, this is a really good place. Wow. 4 uranium, 8 uranium. Okay, say here's Marine. I don't know what it is. See, so I'm just going to right-click the picture, the icon. If you left-click, it brings you to it. And right-clicking it opens up the Civilopedia. See, and historical info. And it's really useful. You say you're in the ancient era. Open up the Archer. Scroll down. And show you your upgrade unit. In this case, it's Composite Bowman for Brave New World. More historical info. Oh, look, it upgrades to Crossbowman. This upgrades to one of my favorite units, the Gatling gun, which is really funny to have when if you get this early on. There should be a video on that later. Upgrades to machine gun and a bazooka, which is cool. See, they tell you the prerequisite text, its abilities. Some of them, like Pathfinder here, its abilities are like native tongue and ignores train cost, which if you don't know what native tongue is, you click on that and it tells you. May choose benefit when discovering ancient ruins. It's very, very helpful in the ancient era when you have hundreds of ancient ruins. Let's see, technologies. Research. I don't know, robotics. I don't know anything about robotics. I don't. Okay. I'm going to right click on that. And here's the quote. Every tech has a quote. And here's historical info about robotics. So it was animal husbandry, one of the first ones you should research. Was the first ones you can research. The quote is, "Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn." And it says it's from the Bible, Deuteronomy, chapter 25, verse 4. Okay, so it says here that say animal husbandry leads to trapping, and the wheel, both useful It unlocks caravan, horses, constructs pasture. Okay, I don't want to go on and on about it. So I'm just going to show another feature. This right here, this tech tree. You always start, it's the tech tree. You always start out with agriculture. Here, it's automatic. And because I started in the information era, I already have these automatically researched up until information era. The yellow here, if you look at the key, means you've researched. The green, telecommunications, mobile tactics, advanced ballistics, satellites and lasers, means you can. And this bubbly blue one with, is robotics, which is what I'm currently researching. These ones down here, nanotechnology, nuclear fusion, stealth, particle physics, globalization, the internet, and future tech, which goes on and on, are black. That means I cannot research them yet. And yeah, just if you have a question on any of these, you can just click on them, right-click them. I right-clicked on walls to see what they are. You can right-click on the picture of the wheel to see wheel, you know. Go on and on about that. Okay, another one is the city screen. What you do, you just scroll over. You're right here in the world view. Scroll over your city. It's my only city. Probably the only. It's also the only city in the world. Click it. And here. Start up here. These are how many citizens are in your city. It starts out at 1 usually, but because I started in the information era, it's different. Food. Just food, what comes off the land here. You can buy a tile, say, oh look, what's that? Silver. I want to buy silver. Oh look, ooh, more uranium. I can't have enough atomic bombs, right? I'm gonna buy this. Oh, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this. Oh, look at that, I wanna buy everything. Oh no. Red, this red here. If the number comes in red, that means you cannot afford it. If it's not, that means you can afford it. You can choose production from here, even though you can just click right here. You choose production. These are all the things I can build currently. Once again, question, right click it. Back to city screen, you know. Citizen management is very helpful. Say my food over here was at -2 instead of +2. I could make the citizens emphasize making food, produce food. So see, it just made it from the default focus makes food as only +2. 10 from terrain, 2 from buildings, and 10 eaten by citizens. So 2 left over. If I click here, it's 4. So it makes 14, and only still 10 is 8 eaten. But if you look at the production, while I go from default to food, while they're focusing on food, the production goes down, and gold also. Right here it shows border growth, culture, if you're confused. Right here is the symbol of my country. I am right here. You can go up to here, menu, if you don't know who you are. I'm Indonesia. Now let's go to espionage overview. So, the more guys you discover, they'll be down here. It's a civilization, their name and potential, their cities. I haven't found anyone yet, so I can't find out where their cities are. But if I want to know where, if I want to move my guy there, I just click move. Here's some information about it, and then I click the city, which would be right here. If my guy's in a city, and I want him just to go back to doing nothing at all, I say move to hideout, and yes, so he just moved back to here. Citra, it's right there. Citra, right there. See, social policies, ideology, which I'm going to get to next turn. Right here. additional info. If you want some more tips in-game, here's your economic advisor, military advisor, science advisor, and foreign advisor. They don't always look like this. Every new era you are in, they change. Yes, I mean, having a science advisor like this in the ancient era, so none of this was invented in the ancient era, so it will be out of place. Or they didn't dress like that in the ancient era. Up here just tells you more information about what's going on. Science is being produced. Gold is being produced, tells you what you're spending it on. If you look down there in the red, trade routes, happiness. If you look at the red, it shows you what's that's producing unhappiness, which is usually the number of cities in the population. Sometimes there's others. And every time you're happy, it adds on this number right here from happiness onto the golden age, and it takes away. And if you get into 335, or the first golden age, you go into a golden age, which every time your empire produces one extra resource. If you go down here and go into yield icons, see, instead of uranium here producing one food and 2 production, and make another production, another food. Here you can enable research icons or no, hide recommendations, hex grid, trade routes, and you can, it's called, what is it, strategic view is what it's called. It's helpful if you have a slow computer, where there's a lot of things going on. Right here, I have a warning. It says your empire can support only 9 units. You're over that limit by 1. So, it'll be I'm not going to listen to that right now. I'm going to move my guys away. Once again, I'm not focusing too much about it. Just have your units explore, workers build automatically. See that? It's just these 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows. And you can make them fortify and they just stay in that one area forever until you tell it to go, and it gives a defensive bonus. You can also use alert. So explore. Say I didn't like this guy, I can delete him. And I'd click yes. And see, if I'm in my territory, I'll be provided 11 gold and whatever I'm spending on that one unit's maintenance. Right now it's nothing. Explore. You can't explore with settlers, see? You can only delete them, but you'll get no gold for them. Settlers are very useful because you've found cities. More information on that in another tutorial coming up. Here you go. So about those policies of, I found the world wonder, Behringer crater. If I build a city next to it and it works, it's when they put a citizen on it, the tile, which I can show you in the city, I'll get 2 gold and 3 science. And they usually don't take this long unless you're in like the long, see it says robotics 25, the 25 turns. Tech doesn't usually take that long unless you're either starting late in the game and you only have like 10 science a turn, or if you're on the long extended game. Okay, so ideologies, just the overview. They're new to Brave New World. These 3 were just regular social policies, but they were replaced by exploration, ideology, and aesthetics. So ideologies are one of the most important parts of the civilization game. There'll be more information once again in another tutorial. So I'm just going to adopt this one. See, and so what you do, if, say I wanted my, let's click random ones right now. Let's see. So, I started out with a lot of extra social, what are they, culture and social policies to adopt, and ideological tenets to adopt. Because I started, once again, in the information era. This is different than what you see. Ideologies don't start until either until you're in the modern era, or you have 3 factories. I'm going to click this. This is one of my favorites. It's called Third Alternative. The quantity of strategic resources produced by it is increased by 100%. So if I had, instead of having, go out, instead of having 8 uranium, I'd have 16. Now that's another 8 giant death robots, or another 8 atomic bombs, or 4 nuclear missiles, which are pretty awesome to have that much more. I'm not going for resources right now, I'm just going for this. So here's the city interface. If I wanted my city to work on something, see, I can click this, and it'd be automatically locked. And if I unclick it, if I unclick it like this, it'll just go back to being unworked. And if you look at this, unemployed citizen, which is create 1 production. Wonder why, but it creates 1 production. And once I show you that if you click edit here, you can change the name. So say I wanted lame, but yeah, Alien Use Civ as a name of a city, and I can change my capital to something random. You can change it to anything you want. Add it in. If you scroll over here, say rationalism here. It'll tell you what all adopting rationalism, just clicking adopt, and adopting all the policies will grant you. So that should wrap it up. And thank you for watching this introductory civilization tutorial.